Hi everybody, this is Calm Dreamer, and this is our week 1 battle against, I forgot the team name, against a guy called Nyan with the, here he is, I really forgot the name. Well, it's there, that's the team, Nyan, so I can't show him his team page because we already battled, so the record's already on there and it would spoil the end of the match. So basically what I'm gonna try to do each week is first record the team builder, then play the battle, then record the battle postcom, so the team builder won't be affected by the actual battle. But well, this week I was short on time and we already battled, so nothing to do about it. I'll do my best not to spoil anything, although almost all the people watching this will know the outcome already. But hey, that's no problem. So his team consists of Mega Venusaur, Clefable, Bisharp, Arcanine, Como-O, Seismitoad, Electivire, Fortress, Wishy-Washy, Latias, and Dusclops. It's not the scariest of teams, but he has some threats, like Bisharp's always a threat. Arcanine is a really good defensive mon against my team actually. Latias is a really good mon. I drafted Latias last season, was a great pick. 10 out of 10 would pick again if the chance. And yeah, Fortress is annoying. Wool, Clefable's really annoying. Mega Venusaur is actually pretty annoying, but well, I have Victini, I have Alakazam, I have Heracross, so I have Salamence, so it's probably, I didn't expect him to bring Mega Venusaur. I did expect him to bring Wormons like Clefable, Bisharp, Arcanine, Fortress, Latias I really did expect, and maybe something along the lines of, yeah, well, all the others actually, except Mega Venusaur, because I did some test matches, nobody brought Mega Venusaur. So if he brings Mega Venusaur, I blame those guys. So anyway, let's move on to our team builder. First off, we're bringing Victini. And we're bringing Choice Bennett. We're bringing it Adamant. With V-Create, U-Turn, Zen Headbutt, and Bolt Strike. Really, I don't care about winning. All I want to do is first turn lead with Victini. And go for a Choice Bennett V-Create. Unless it's really the better option to do something else. But I want to land that Choice Bennett V-Create. That's why I drafted Victini. I want to land the Choice Bennett V-Create. So yeah, V-Create is Step, is a Headbutt is Step. And there are some mons that want to take either of those hits, like if he has Seismitoad and Bisharp left as less mons, then that's not a good option. Right, if he has Arcanine and Bisharp left, then I can lock myself into Bolt Strike. It was the best coverage move. It's 130 base power, so it's okay. And then U-turn for initiative. Our stats are here. And it's with enough speed to outspeed Como, I believe. And I don't really care about outspeeding anything else, because I think his Arcanine is gonna be defensive, and his offensive then not a problem to my team, because I have my ways of dealing with it. So it's for initiative and for hitting hard V-Creates. Then Pressure, the Smeargle. A set I came up with myself. Focus Edge, that's really obvious. Sticky Whip is really obvious. Stealth Rock is really obvious. But we're max special attack with Overheat and Floor Cannon. Well, why is that? His best switches to Smeargle are Fortress and Como, because both of them have the ability Overcoat, so they can be hit by a possible Spore. Yeah, of course, Mega Venusaur can't be hit either, but I'm not expecting that. Also, I can't hit that for damage anyway. So Overheat is actually a kill on a max defense Fortress. It's doing, it's, I believe, 90% chance to kill it. Fleur Cannon actually doesn't kill Como, but it brings it down to around, well, below 20, and that's really good damage. If we still have the Sash and we already have the webs up, then we can actually take it out from there. So yeah, I really want to get webs up because we have our Kaiser Beetle and I want to be sweeping with it. The stats are nothing really big. Yeah, this is the first time I'm doing one of these. I'm feeling like it's gonna be a really long video. Oh damn, we're already at 6 minutes almost. But anyway, Bonaparticle or Emperor Pinwin. Max special defense because we need something that can take special hits, and that's why we drafted it. We have Flash Cannon, Scald, Defog, Grassnut, Leftovers. Flash Cannon and Scald are good step moves. Flash Cannon is actually there for the Clefable, while Scald is to burn stuff and to hit Arcanine for super effective damage. Grassnut is for Wishy Washy and Seismitoad. And Defog for if he gets up rocks, because we have Salamence and Victini and they don't want to take rock damage. So yeah, not really a lot to say about it. It's a pretty standard set. Then Kaiser Beetle. Pin Missile, Rock Blast, Substitute, Close Combat. First I was Pin Missile, Rock Blast, Bullet Seed, Close Combat, but I had a test match with S2 and he brought Dusclops and he said Dusclops is great against my team. And I was like, well, what can I do about it? I can put Substitute on it so I don't get Will-O-Wisp. Because I didn't really need Bullet Seed because Pin Missile is gonna do a great chunk to Seismitoad and Wishy Washy. And if they're low enough I can take them out in one hit, and if they're not, they can't one hit Heracross. Heracross is too bulky. I guess I can change now. I want that Maxi ability for if it came into play, but to show you the real stats of our beast with skill link, obviously. Oh. Look at that beastly stats. 515 attack. Natural. It's gonna be great. We have what we have left in defense, so we can take an uninfested Flare Blitz as best as we can, because the real threat to our team, or not the threat, but the problem with the team is a physical defensive Arcanine, because we can't one hit KO with Rock Blast. Rock Blast will do around 60 to a fully defensive Arcanine. If he switches in on us, we need to get intimidated, but still. And Flare Blitz at this range is gonna do around 80% to us, so we can live it actually. That's great. Well, the plan is to do as much damage with Smeargle. That's why we have the with Smeargle, with Mega Heracross. That's why we have the sticky weapon Smeargle. It's pretty obvious. Then next, Alakazam scooping up the ice cream. Thunder Wave, Psychic, Hidden Power Fight, and knock off the Focus Sash. And enough speed to outspeed his Latias, because that's what we're gonna be Thunder Wave, and Latias doesn't get affected by the sticky web, so we're paralyzing it. That's basically the game plan, and from then we sweep with Heracross. Psychic is the obvious step move. Knock off for if he brings Dusclops, it can be great to knock an item off. If he brings a Scarfmon, for example Scarf Electivire, we can knock off the Scarf. Hidden Power Finance for the Bisharp, and we didn't need any more coverage move. Well, maybe Energy Ball could have been nice, actually, but I thought it was a really cool set, so yeah. It's gonna be either a really hard check to, or check counter to something that's gonna sweep us by keeping his session intact, or it's just gonna be utility with Thunder Wave and knockoff. We actually got attack investment because we're not gonna live a hit on the defensive side anyway. And then last but not least, Salamence, my baby. With the choice specs actually, Tailwind, Draco Meteor, Hydro Pump and Fire Blast. First I was just a Dragon Dancer with the Z Crystal, but since I'm sorry, I'm still sick. Since there's still so much problem with the defensive Arcanine, I decided actually no. If that Arcanine's gonna burn me, I'm gonna throw Specs Hydro Pump on it. Because that's not really what it's gonna expect, and it's gonna kill it. It's basically to kill the Arcanine. Draco Meteor to drop Dracos, it seems pretty obvious. Fire Blast to cover for the rest actually, If he has a Mega Venusaur, we can't really pressure that with Draco because we're gonna get the special attack drops and Hydro Pump not gonna enter. And then Tailwind, because a Mega Heracross with Tailwind up is really scary. I think the speed is the same as Victini. No, it's actually more speed than Victini. Then one of those doesn't have the right speed investment. Well, anyway, let's get right into the match. So as you see here, I'm gonna change the side. I think that's... Oh, you can only change side at the start of that. Well, he brought Como-O, Bisharp, Seismitoad, Arcanine, Clefable and Wishiwashi. Well, 5 of those mons I really expected him to bring, except for the Wishiwashi. So I'm not really afraid. Bisharp means I'm gonna have to keep my Heracross or my Alakazam alive, because Heracross still can take a +3 or +4 Sucker Punch even and kill it. Alakazam because the Sash and the in a power fight, unless he of course has the Cobra Berry or the Koba Berry, well the Fighting Berry. We don't know that until we see it. Yeah, the Como isn't really a threat except for I don't really have much switch-ins except for Empoleon. Unless it's a physical variant, then I don't have switch-ins. Except for Salamence, but I don't want switching my dragon on another dragon. Seismitoad is probably there for my Empoleon. And to get a Rocks. I don't want Rocks up on my side, so I'm gonna try to pressure him not to. Arcanine is probably gonna be defensive. It could also be special defensive. In the test matches it was brought as both variants. Once as defensive, or twice as defensive. Once as special defensive. Clefable the same, probably gonna be... Clefable's probably gonna be the check for Heracross too, because Unaware I can set up a Sword Dance. It's also a check for Salamence because of that. And then Wishiwashi, it's, I don't know, maybe Expert Belt or Assault Vest and just deal with some hits to deal damage. So like I said, the plan for us was to lead with Victini and throw a Bandit V-Create. Or if we have to do something else, throw Bandit something else, like a U-turn or a Bolt Strike. And what I was looking at, the team, I was like, he's probably gonna lead up with his Rocker, right? Because I have 2 mons weak to rocks. 2 of my very important mons are weak to rocks. So Seismitoad or Clefable's leading. And my Empoleon can actually do great damage to both of them with Grass Knot or Flash Cannon. So I lead off with Empoleon. She actually leads off with his Wishiwashi. I'm gonna change the side here. I was like, well, I don't want to switch anything in on it. So I'm gonna go for, well, it's going too fast even. So I'm going for the Grass Knot, as he goes for the Earthquake. Grass Knot doesn't do much damage, and Earthquake actually brings me down below half. So here I'm thinking, I can't leave my Empoleon in because I died to another Earthquake. But what do I want to switch in on this? And I should have realized I want to switch in my Heracross on this, because Heracross resists Earthquake. But I'm stupid. Actually, I'm switching in my Salamence. And he makes a really nice prediction here. I'm gonna give him that. Well, slow is too slow for this. Fuck this. Right, anyway, he's going for the Ice Beam. So turn 2 and my Salamence is dead. And my Empoleon is below half. So this Wishiwashi is really a big problem. If I'd lead off with Victini, I would probably have killed it with my Bolt Strike. But now he's actually deciding to switch it out into his Arcanine, making me believe that he's physically defensive. Now this Bolt Strike is actually doing a lot. 41, it will be a max roll for physical defensive Arcanine. But I paralyze him, that's really nice, because Heracross is gonna outspeed it now and have a great fucking blast. Although I believe I had enough speed to outspeed max speed Arcanine, but I kinda forgot. So I'm bringing my Empoleon, not really knowing what to switch into Arcanine now that my Salamence is gone. Because Salamence was my Arcanine switching. So I'm kinda playing on the back foot here. As he switches in his Wishiwashi on Empoleon, I just went for the safe Scald. I didn't know what else I could do really. So, and again I'm in situation against this Wishiwashi, and again I have nothing better to do than Grass Knot, and it brings him to a Scooting form. About the fucking Iapa Berry. Right, I'm gonna let play out. He gets a fucking critical hit with the Earthquake. Now, of course, I couldn't do much with Empoleon to this in, but the fact that he crits me and gets 36 less damage on it than it should have had annoys me. And right now, he is at 6 months, I have 4, and one of my months is a suicide lead. So here at the side, nothing's gonna stop me from bringing up my sticky web because all its Pokemon are grounded. So I know if I set up my sticky webs, I still have Heracross to do the work for me. Set up my sticky web as he goes through your turn, which is unfortunate. I'd rather have him hard switch so my focus touch would be intact. But check it out. I'm gonna do normal speed because it's slow. He brings in the Como Dank. And there's the Fleur Cannon. We catch him off guard. It's really beautiful. Right, that was really beautiful. Yeah, we died to clan skills, but come on. 81.8% damage from a fucking Smeargle. Even though I know that Destiny Bond probably would have been the better option here, you can't predict when you have the sticky web up or not. If I was in a situation where when he was Dragon Dancing up and I had no focus sash, then our Destiny Bond would, yeah, if he would have gone for Destiny Bonder, and not if I would have gone for Destiny Bond while he was Dragon Dancing, then it would probably have been GG. So good play going for the Fleur Cannon. It was heat, nobody saw it coming. It was dank. It was danker than the Scomo O. Because now Kaiser Beetle's in the field and the Scomo Dank is gonna be a Como Death. So that's 1 kill for Kaiser Beetle. We're 6-3 behind, but now we're coming back. However, he still has the Arcanine intimidating me, and like I said, this is my win con right now. So I have to switch out as he actually gets paralyzed, which is unlucky, but it would have been unluckier if I had stayed in actually, because then it would have been a dead Arcanine by this turn. And he switches in his Seismitoad. I kind of predict that. I had to lock myself into Mood. Zen Headbutt was the best option. If you had gone into Bisharp, it would have been really bad. But you don't simply switch in your Steel type to a Fire type, especially when that Steel type seems to be your best offensive mon at this moment. So by the damage cogs, if he is doing damage cogs, if he knows what he's doing, he should know that this is banded damage. And if he knows it's banded, then the switch to Bisharp is really obvious. So I'm switching out into something that wants to take both Seismitoad and Bisharp, which is my Mega Heracross, because I have 2 Psychic types left, one really frail one. So I absolutely eat the Earthquake here. And I go for the Pin Missile. Is it gonna be enough to take out Dank Method? Yeah, and now it's a dead Method. Sorry, I had to make that one. So then it goes back into his Dankanine. And I switch back into Victini. It's really rinse and repeat. And he gets paralyzed again. It's really rinse and repeat. But then again, he told me after the match he was going for Will-O-Wisp both of the times, so it didn't matter. He brands his Wishy-Washy, as I actually missed the Bolt Strike, but it's no problem, because it's now a dead Washi. Right, so I want to talk a bit about this moment. It's now 3-0-3. He still has his Arcanine and his Clefable, which both are good checks against my Heracross, but only if my Heracross is intimidated, its Arcanine works. And at this moment, if his Clefable is more, has Calm Mind, for example, if it has Calm Mind and sets up a Calm Mind, then my Alakazam is gonna lose to it. So I really need Victini for the Clefable, and I need my Heracross for the Arcanine. And Heracross can also take out the Bisharp, so I need to switch out into Alakazam. I can't let my Victini die because it's my best way of dealing with the Clefable. And also, if he's not going for the Sucker Punch, he's dying to my Bolt Strike or V-Create if he doesn't know I'm banded yet. Bolt Strike probably kills it too or does great damage. But if I switch into Alakazam and he goes for the knockoff, then I'm still at the point of my sash and I can actually T-Wave him on the next turn and then just pray that I can Para-Hex him some more. But I have to switch. So I switch. Boom. Get predicted, mate. get predicted really hard. Alright, obviously he knows I'm session, obviously he knows I have something with fighting, otherwise I wouldn't really switch it in. So he makes a smart prediction, switches out, but I don't really lose anything by going. I could have predicted it, but yeah, then what? If I predicted wrong, then I would lose the game for sure. So Clefable pretty much is can't touch Victini. So I go Victini, he goes for Thunder Wave, which is annoying, but I still outspeed at least his Arcanine, and I just kill it with V-Create. Finally, turn 20, I want to do it turn 1, the Bandit V-Create, make from his Kleedankel a Kleedat. Fable goes down, he switches into Bisharp, gets the Defiant boost, and at this point I have no reason to save my Victini because he's not gonna go for the Sucker Punch, he doesn't need to. He can just outspeed me thanks to the Para. And I don't need Victini for the Arcanine. The combination of Alakazam and Heracross is actually enough. I could have gone into Heracross and play the mind games with Substitute, but that's unnecessary damage really. So he takes out my Victini, I go into Alakazam, and at this point I basically win the game. Because he either is staying in here and goes for the what's he gonna go for again? And go for the Sucker Punch, bring me to my chest. I go for the Hidden Power fight and I take him out because he's Life Orb and not Colbur Berry. Then he switches into Arcanine, takes damage from a Spike, or he goes for Extreme Speed, but Arcanine is probably in range now of Rock Blast, because if he goes into Arcanine this, he can't intimidate my Heracross. Or what else he could do is switch out into Arcanine and save his Bisharp, but his Bisharp cannot one-hit KO my Heracross while I can. So I basically win here. He goes for the Sucker Punch, brings me to my Sash. I go for the Hidden Power, I take out the Bisharp. He goes for the Arcanine, gets caught in the Sticky Web, intimidates my Alakazam, but fuck your Intimidate, I have Psychic, not Zen Headbutt. So Arcanine dies, Arcanine doesn't die. Arcanine lives at 69%, that's crucial information for the rest of the match, 69. If it was 68, I would have thought, well, Close Combat's gonna take it out for sure. If I had done my cogs, I would have known that this was a especially defensive Arcanine, so Close Combat would have done at least 70% to it. But I didn't do my cogs because I was stressing, I was thinking about winning, I was thinking about Kaiser Beetle absolutely destroying this Arcanine, sending to the very depth of hell and bringing the Amsterdam Absol, aka APC Absols, to the first victory of the season. This was Calm Dreamer, and I'll see you all next time, because this video has been going on for way too long, by the way. Next match we play Alex, and he's a really great batter. We really need to play better than this, because the beginning was really garbage, but I'm sure you all have seen that. Alright, that was it. See ya next time.